Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Fourth of Mile podcast. That's Nicholas Light. I'm JD Zaza, and welcome back. We are officially in the off season. Super Bowl happened this past Sunday. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, including coaching hires, few awards, and then obviously the Super Bowl, which we're going to start off with. But first of all, Nicholas, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Football is finally over, but still it just means the off season is just beginning, and there's stuff going on every single day in the NFL, college football, whether it be. So won't stop.
And we got Olympic hockey today with the U.S. starting their quest for the gold. So let's get started. You ready?
Let's get it.
Would you like to start? Let's start with the big event, Super Bowl 60, in Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, and with the result, probably San Francisco is going to burn Levi Stadium down and just decide, let's go back to Kansas State. Because their most hated rival, the Seattle Seahawks, beat the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 to win their second Super Bowl in franchise history. They get revenge for Super Bowl 49 by blowing out New England. What is it? 11 years later.
Yeah.
Nicholas, what were your thoughts on the game? You could go any way with this.
Game was dominated from the jump from Seattle. They kind of just set the tone, whether it be running the ball with Kenneth Walker, got the Super Bowl MVP. He was really efficient, getting pretty big chunks every time he touched the ball. They just didn't make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of just the motto of that team. The only games they lost really were when Sam Darnold kind of made a lot of mistakes, whether it be the 4-interception game against the Rams back in SoFi, or they lost to what? They only lost 3 games all year. They really, by an average of 9 points.
All year.
They went 14-3 in the regular season, lost 3 games by 9 points, and they're really just a team that just built off really good complementary football with a really good running game. So I really didn't expect anything different, and whenever they just kept getting into field goal range, kept chipping away at field goals, and then finally when they get their time to get their chance to punch it in is when they take advantage. And that was just, they were just pretty much just holding the field position all game. Like the Patriots were starting at their end like 20 or 15, 25 every time. They didn't really get any breathing space. And Seattle's front did a really good job. They're winning their outside battles. It's just a credit to the Seattle staff. What Mike McDonald's done in 2 to 3 years there has been nothing short of incredible.
It's his second year in Seattle.
Yeah.
His second year, they've already won the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
It just kind of
sucks
now. It's like when you have a defensive-minded head coach, it kind of sucks because it's like you're going to probably lose it. If you have a good year, you're going to lose your offensive coordinator every year. And that's like going to be the tough part to maintain as a Seattle. But the Patriots side, they couldn't really get anything going at all offensively. But still, nobody saw this Patriots team coming in and going into the Super Bowl in year 1 under Mike Vrabel, year 2 under Greg May.
Neither of these teams were really big into in the odds.
Yeah, this is like one of the first. This is like I don't know what the Seattles were, but they were probably like 100.
Seattle had like the 3rd best odds in their division. They were projected to be 3rd in their division.
They were probably like 80-1 or something like that preseason, if I had to guess.
Like a lot of people expected them to be a playoff team, but like a 7th seed, 6th seed. And for the Patriots, like, again, they were projected like at best probably a 7th seed, get knocked out first round, and then you just build up, just keep building. Both these teams made the Super Bowl in year 2 for Mike McDonald and year 1 for Mike Vrabel in New England. So again, this was a great season for both sides. But again, like a lot of times, you got to maximize on your opportunity, and Seattle did. This game was a defensive war and a field position game. I honestly thought for probably 3.5 quarters of the game, I thought that the MVP should have gone to either Jason Myers or the punter for Seattle. Because the punter for Seattle basically pinned New England. New England's starting position, like normally was like the 15, it was like 10.
Yeah, that punter was great.
Line. 10-yard line, 15-yard line.
Someone who deserves who played like their butt off for New England.
Didn't deserve it. He was really good in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if he would have gotten in the end zone, but I mean, he still had 100+ scrimmage yards. It's nothing short of.
And they could have performance. This team could have been even more dominant if Charbonnet was healthy.
Yeah. The guy who got going.
This game was a defensive matchup. I mean, both these defenses played, I thought, a really good game. Both these defenses really carried their team.
You know who played their best game all season was Christian Gonzalez. He played really good.
He was the best player on the field.
Yeah, he had some really good.
You didn't hear anything from the Emerald City route artist, aka JSN. You didn't hear anything from him because Gonzalez was strapped. I thought Milton Williams played great. He was probably a top 3 free agent signing of this class. He's completely fixed New England's run defense. But the issue that comes with New England is they're a young team and they learned that offensive line is key because Seattle, Drake May had no time. And you could tell he was seeing ghosts. Even on clean pockets he was hesitant in the pocket because of the instant pressure that came from Byron Murphy, Jaron Reed, DeMarcus Lawrence. Just go down the list of Seattle defenders. And even then, Devin Winter, and even then, they a lot of times they ran in corner safety places with Devin Witherspoon, and those came in. So New England's got to really redo their offensive line. That's the big thing for them.
Yeah.
But again, the game was a defensive war, Seattle, and that's a Seattle game. Sam Darnold didn't make mistakes, and he's a Super Bowl champion. Imagine saying that 3 years ago. Sam Darnold's a Super Bowl champion.
Crazy.
The first quarterback of his class over Baker Mayfield, over Josh Allen, over Lamar Jackson, over the best one of them all, the chosen Rosen. I mean, Sam Darnold, man. I'm so happy for him. And I'm happy for Seattle. And I'm really happy for Seattle. This was a really, really, really great team. Very happy that this team won the Super Bowl. Any final thoughts on Super Bowl 60? Nicholas, any final thoughts on Super Bowl 60?
No. I mean, it was kind of one of the more. For a moment there, it was giving me flashbacks to the last time the Patriots were in the Super Bowl and that kind of game where it was just like 10-3 against the Rams. I was like, oh, gosh. And then finally, the fourth quarter, finally got some action. But other than that, it was pretty boring game.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get a touchdown. I was getting to that point. I thought maybe at the end garbage time. And, we got that, but still, that's crazy game. I mean, yeah, there you go. Seattle's your Super Bowl champion. All right, where would you like to go next? Would you like to go to the NFL honors really quick and talk about that?
Yeah, then we can talk about the NFL honors.
All right, where do you want to start with the NFL honors, the awards that were given out there?
I mean, I think really it's not even like controversial, but I think the only two that really had any that were close were probably the MVP and then the offensive rookie of the year. Probably they were the two closest.
I agree.
Two closest ones.
Defensive player of the year went to Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that was pretty
easy.
Pretty easy, unless if Micah didn't get hurt, probably would have gone to Micah.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I probably still would have given it to Myles Garrett, but
break the sack record, you get it.
Yeah, I still would have given it to Myles Garrett, but it would have made it interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah. Defensive player of the year went to Carson Schlesinger. there weren't a lot of great defensive rookies this year, and I thought it was a very default type answer.
Yeah.
Like, Abdul Carter was the favorite. He didn't have a great season, but he's not a bad player. That was pretty easy. What else? What else am I missing that didn't have much controversy? Oh, Offensive Player of the Year went to JSN. Another pretty easy one. I don't think that one was even close.
No. Then who won the Walker Payton Man of the Year?
Who won it? I remember seeing it. I know as I look it up that Mr. McCaffrey won
Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback Player. And Walker Payton Man of the Year was Bobby Wagner.
Oh, nice. At least the Commanders won something.
Yeah, former Seahawk.
The controversies.
Hold on. Coach of the Year went to Mike Vrabel.
You could have given it to like 4 guys, probably.
You could have given it to Kyle Shanahan, and I wouldn't have.
You could have to Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDonald, Vrabel. Honestly, Dave Canales.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good coaching.
But Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Again, there was a lot of really good coaching this year.
Mm-hmm.
This was a tough year for that, and I think Vrabel getting it was pretty
well deserving.
Yeah. All right, let's get started with the controversy. So let's start with Offensive Rookie of the Year, because I think this one was a little more easier to do, especially for the voters.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, Ted McMillan played good all year. He deserves it just because he played every game of the year.
Wide receiver, he became a true wide receiver one for. He became a true wide receiver one for Carolina for I think their first legitimate wide receiver one since what? Even before Gray Olson.
Yeah, something like that. Tyler Shuck had a case to win it, but he just didn't play in enough games.
Yeah, there were a few quarterbacks that played like sparingly that could have got it, but they didn't play as much. And plus, no one had a bigger impact as a rookie on the offensive side more than Tedera McMillan.
If Shuck had played the majority of the season, like he didn't play the last he probably would have won it. Especially
I thought Cam Ward at the end of the year looked really good, but again,
he just didn't have the wins.
Again, he doesn't have the Titans. Again, he's on the Titans. And the Titans this year were not good. Genty didn't have an offensive line.
No, he didn't have any not that many touchdowns.
Yeah, and then
the MVP is when things got interesting because he really could have won it either way.
We forgot to discuss something before the MVP. Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
Hall of Fame.
There's only one guy that I wanted in the Hall of Fame, and that's right there, Drew Brees, and that's all I cared about.
My favorite quarterback of all time is the first ballot Hall of Famer.
The controversy evolved around the New England Patriots with Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft not getting in, which, I mean, so the voters are what? Is it media voters or is it like the Hall of Fame voters who didn't vote him in?
I think it's media.
I thought it was like a Jets guy who didn't vote him in or something.
Probably. My take on that is, okay, if you're gonna snub Kraft and Belichick,
you can't put Andy Reid in.
Are they gonna snub Tom Brady?
No.
That's like the whole reason.
If you're not putting Bill Belichick in, you can't put Andy Reid in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you can't put some of these coaches in the Hall of Fame, but I mean,
yeah, like Belichick's like either A or B, the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, he's got to go in, and then Robert Kraft kind of evolved the game a little bit in the NFL as far as ownership goes. So I mean,
he's the owner that has the most Super Bowls ever.
Yeah, so he does, and it would have been even crazier.
He has more Super Bowl appearances as an owner than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It would have been funny if he would have won. If he would have won it, it would have been funny if he would have won, and then
then he would have more Super Bowls than the Pittsburgh Steelers. But now they're tied.
Yeah.
Who Fitz made the Hall of Fame? Well deserved. First ballot, easy. Luke Kuechly made it. Well deserved. one of the best defensive players in my lifetime. Roger Craig made it in, and then who else made it in? It was Kuechly, Fitz. It was 5 guys: Kuechly, Fitz, Breeze, Roger Craig, and who am I missing? Who am I missing from
Wait,
this
who'd you
group?
say?
I said Luke Kuechly, Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, Roger Craig. Who else? Who else?
Another receiver.
One. Oh no, the greatest kicker of all time.
Terry.
Terry made it. But yeah, there's your Hall of Fame class for this year. Few snubs as always, but there you go. All right, now we can get into MVP. Nicholas, would you like to give the people the rundown on the MVP and why there was a little controversy with this MVP?
I mean, so Drake May had the big year. Matthew Stafford had the big year. Stafford wins the MVP over Drake May. Numbers wise, they're probably pretty similar if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Drake May definitely had more on the ground, definitely more rushing touchdowns, more everything on the ground. But I mean, I don't think it was that big of controversy. I would have been fine. I'm fine either way, but I guess yeah. So that's how many MVPs has Stafford won now? Is that 2 or?
That's his first. That's his first.
Wow.
He's never won one. That's his first.
Well, good for him, because I mean Drake will probably win one if I had to guess with how his career is shaping up.
So the controversy came with the first place votes. So your first place votes. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yep.
My computer's going insanely slow. So the controversy with this MVP came down to a few things. The main one is this: Matthew Stafford got 24 first place votes. Drake May got 23 first place votes. And that's where the controversy comes. There's one guy that voted Justin Herbert to get first place vote. And that first place vote might have helped Drake May win it. But in the end, Matthew Stafford had 5 more votes than Drake May to win the MVP. There's where the controversy came. Again, it was a tight race through and through, but in the end, I'm actually very happy with it. I think Drake May is going to have so many more opportunities to win this award, and I think Stafford was the best player all year. I thought he was the best quarterback all year.
Yeah.
That's where I land on it. And obviously he grew up in my area, so there you go. But I still think Stafford does this MVP make him a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Probably so. I mean, he was probably trending that way anyways.
I would have given to him anyway without the MVP. I mean, hell, our goat Drew Brees didn't win an MVP, and he was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And Stafford has the Super Bowl to back it up at least now.
Yeah. Super Bowl helps. All right. You ready to get into our final topic of the day?
Yep.
This one we can go a fair amount on. Ready? So we are going to go through the coaching hires that happened this year. This year was a crazy amount of coaching movement. I mean, you got the Steelers, you got the Ravens, you got the Falcons, you got the Raiders, and just go down the list. So we're going to go through each of the coaches, and we're going to talk about them a little bit. And you want to give a grade? You want to give a grade to each of them?
Yeah, give a grade.
All right, let's get started. So we're going to start off with your hated rival, the Atlanta Falcons. They decided to fire both their GM, Terry Fontenot, and Raheem Morris to bring in Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is the head man now in Atlanta. They were in the running for Kubiak. They also really wanted Mike McDaniel, but in the end, they decided to get Kevin Stefanski. Nicholas, as a Saints fan, and your hated rival is the Atlanta Falcons, what's your take on this hire?
It's probably like a B plus. I think it's still. I mean, we don't know what the quarterback situation is. They're cutting Kirk Cousins. I don't know where they're going for the next season. Tommy Reese is going to be calling the plays, which he doesn't have really NFL experience calling plays. So that's where you kind of lose me on that one. But, I mean, Stefanski is going to be a good fit. He's a great coach. He was just in Cleveland where it's pretty much tough to win. So B plus.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a B. I think he's a great culture fit. He's a great culture. He'll build culture in Atlanta. And again, that offense, you got to be able to do something with that offense. I mean, you got so many pieces. I'm guessing they're going to go with Penix or a free agent quarterback, but
Penix is coming off the ACL, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I don't know what they do there, but I would give it a B. I really liked the hire, but I didn't love it. I didn't love the hire. Again, Atlanta's a weird team. They've got a lot of drama off the field, especially with their first-round pick. They don't have a first-round pick this year because they gave it to the Rams, which is the 8th pick, I think, right now. So but that's not really on Stefanski. I think it's a pretty solid hire. I give it a B. Next up, we're headed to another bird team. Baltimore Ravens. They let go of Mike McDonald. They let Mike McDonald walk to Seattle. He went to Super Bowl in year 2. And after the Tyler Lubis field goal, they decide enough is enough. Let's get a young defensive-minded coach. And they bring in Jesse Minter. Minter has been Jim Harbaugh's guy ever since he came back to the NFL. He's been with the Chargers for the past few years. He was at Michigan. He was with Harbaugh from 2017 to 2020 at Michigan. So this guy's been a Harbaugh guy for a while, and he lands the Baltimore Ravens job. I'll start with this one. This is an A+ hire for me. I love this hire. This is my favorite hire of the cycle. I love this fit for Baltimore. Baltimore this last year had an horrendous defense. I mean, they gave a 40 to Buffalo in week 1. They couldn't stop a nosebleed, it felt like, at some points. And again, I just want to see whose offensive coordinator is, but Minter is a defensive guy. Baltimore, when they win, is defensive minded. Again, and the culture shouldn't be as. Baltimore doesn't need a culture shift. They just need someone to right the ship and give the players a fresh look on things. And I love this hire. Again, A+ for me. Loved it. This is where I wanted a few places to go. But for Baltimore, they didn't need culture. They needed a new fresh voice, and a guy who's a defensive wizard. And Minter's a defensive wizard.
I don't really like it as much. Probably maybe like an B+, maybe B, just B. Because they missed their chance of getting Mike McDonald, knowing that they had Mike McDonald in the door 2 to 3 years ago.
Obviously, they could. Obviously, they probably should have made the move after seeing the 23 Ravens defense was. But again, if you can't get McDonald, I think this is the second best thing you could have gotten. I truly do think that.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
This guy's basically Mike McDonald 2.0.
Yeah. I just got to see what he hires offensively first before I.
And that's like the one thing I'm a little worried about. But again, Baltimore has Lamar Jackson, and they're a well-run franchise, and they draft well. Just give the pieces to Minter and just let them work.
I'm always pretty skeptical nowadays, at least, whenever a team hires a defensive coach, because you just never know what you're going to get out of him.
Especially on the offensive side.
Yeah, on the offensive side and just in general, it's like, forever I'll be haunted by the Saints getting Dennis Allen and then just being an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
All right, we can go on to the next one.
Next one up is we're going to go to Miami. The Miami Dolphins decided to get rid of Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer, and they bring in 2 Packers guys. They bring in the Packers VP, and then they bring in Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley 2 years ago was the head coach of Boston College, essentially Boston College, and coached the Packers defense for 2 years. One of the top defenses in the NFL, and he lands the Dolphins job.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it.
C to C minus.
I like that. I do like that the Dolphins are trying to brought in 2 guys from a well-run organization that they brought in a coach. I like that they brought in both guys from the Packers. That I do.
Yeah,
like.
That defense was just not good last year, so it's like you're kind of just.
Again, this is a hire that it feels like a Jonathan Gannon hire a few years ago, where like it's not inspiring, but you're not gonna know how good he is until probably you're probably not gonna know how
year 2 or year 3 because they're in deep
year 3.
They have to rebuild. Like they have to do a complete rebuild. So it's probably the job on the outside probably wasn't just as sexy just because of what they have to do to get back to where they can actually win games.
Miami doesn't win. Miami, it's a tough place to win. So
I would have rather them get like Chris Shula.
I know it's like one of the worst jobs. It's a tough job, but again, I just don't see it inspiring. But maybe it works out. Maybe
that's probably like that may be one of the worst hires in the cycle. It's not as bad as one of the other ones.
It's not my least favorite, but it's one I'm just like, okay. That was my reaction. Like when it came out, I was like, okay, like nothing really interesting, nothing good, nothing bad. It's just like, okay. So I'm gonna give it a C. I think it's an okay hire. Again, the thing I like most about it is that the GM and the coach are going to have a little bit of time to build this, and they're from Green Bay, and Green Bay is one of the most well-run organizations, so they know how a good organization works. Now, will that help them in Miami? Probably not, but maybe or maybe not. We will see. What about you?
Yeah, it was a C minus. It's just bad hire. Nobody wants to go there. It's right now the sexiness of the Miami Dolphins is like an F. Who wants to go there? You got to clear cap space. You got to trade Tyreek Hill. You got to quit. You don't have a quarterback. You're
probably gonna have to trade Jalen Waddle too.
You got to trade Tua. You got to not trade. I mean, try to trade Tua. Probably just cut him at this point.
How good's their pick this year? How good's their pick this year?
Probably like 5th or 6th, I'd guess.
They have the 11th pick. Yeah, that's
bad. So you don't have a good draft pick.
Yeah, they had that.
You hired a defensive coach in Miami. I mean, I guess Brian Flores.
They had that late stretch in the year that they won a lot of games.
Yeah. And you're in Miami, you should be able to hire offensive guys in Miami. I just don't like the fit as a defensive guy. I mean, Brian Flores worked out fine there, but it's just like, look, you're in Miami. You got to bring the sexiness out. You got to bring fire to the Miami. It's hot down there. You got to bring the juice.
Yeah, offense. and the issue with Miami is that they haven't won a playoff game since like 2000. It's been a while.
Yeah, they have a really bad playoff
their expectations are very low there. So again,
he's first couple of years to be fine, but I mean, who knows what happens?
Yeah. Next up, this grade would have been a lot higher if I didn't see his coordinators he's bringing in. But John Harbaugh to the New York Giants.
Who are the coordinators he's bringing in?
I'll tell you that in a minute. So at first, when I saw the Giants gave Harbaugh 5 years, $100 million, you're to be the Giants. I love the fit. He's the best coach in the NFC East right now.
Yeah.
He is. he's a culture builder, and that's what the Giants need. Harbaugh would not have worked in a place that already had good culture. He needs to build culture, and I think with a young team, I like it. Now, the issue comes with the Giants coordinators. So, the guys he's bringing in, on the offense, he's only hired the offensive side, and the offensive. Actually, he's hired both, but I have his defensive coordinator is Denard Wilson. So here's my take on Harbaugh. The defense is basically Harbaugh's baby. That's what he works on. John Harbaugh's always been a defensive guy, and I think eventually that defense will be fine. So I'm not really worried about Denard Wilson. Also, hi, Luca. That's my cat. The issue comes with the offense and the development of Jackson Dart. They're bringing in their passing game coordinator is Brian Callahan, the former head coach of the Tennessee Titans, and the OC Matt Nagy.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, that's not good.
And I was talking to a couple of my friends that are Giants fans. They went from like, oh, I love the John Harbaugh hire to, oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm not gonna take my grade down as bad. I think it's an A-.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that.
If we record this going, it's just John Harbaugh. We don't know there's coordinators yet. I'd give it an A. I'd give it an A or an A+. But again, with those hires, I'm a little worried, but I still think for what the Giants need, it's a great fit. And he's the best coach in the NFC East. By far the best coach in the NFC East. That's not really tough.
Not really saying much.
So what about you?
I'll probably stick the A-.
Kind of same situation as me?
Yeah, just same as the coordinator hires. I knew Matt Nagy, but I didn't know the other guys.
I think they just hired Callahan. I mean, it kind of worked. His passing game worked in Cincinnati, so I guess.
It could have been. I mean, you still hit a slam dunk when it comes to Harbaugh. That's the best you could have done right there. And now you have good quarterback. You have promising offense. You need receivers. But just the Giants. Who knows what will happen there? It's the cursed city of New York. So who knows?
Now, switching sides, this is a hire that I actually love even more after his hiring of coordinators. The Tennessee Titans get Robert Saleh.
Oh yeah.
Now,
I like that. I think this will be a better.
How about you lead this one? Because I led off with. I
forget who did he hire as offensive coordinator?
Brian Dable.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a really good fit for him. I like the Saleh because he needs
Gus Bradley is his defensive coordinator. He was formerly the Seahawks and Colts defensive coordinator. So he's coached some really good defenses.
So but I think this is I would say it's like
really the big thing with them because that's Saleh's baby.
I think it's like an A to me. I mean,
I'm with you. This is an A. I love this hot. Again, if this was before everything came out, I'd give it a B or B+ because I think Saleh's really good. He's one of the best coordinators, obviously, in the NFL.
This is a good reset job. You're in a with the franchise. They'll be moving into a new stadium soon. Probably not this year, but next year.
The issue comes with the Adams family. I've heard the ownership in Tennessee is not great. Great, but I really hope for Tennessee fans that they give this guy a little patience because the last defensive coordinator they had as their head coach, they had the best seasons in their history.
Mike Vrabel.
And I think Saleh's a great fit. And I like Cam Ward.
This is a good reset job for
Not
him.
Brian Dable with Cam Ward.
This is a good reset job for him because he was fired by Jets, which, I mean, just a dumpster fire there. It's not really his fault. So it's a good spot for him. No doubt.
And I thought he did. I thought he did pretty good with the Jets. Like,
yeah,
honestly, like the Jets were mediocre with him. They weren't bad, which is something really good for, especially how badly run the Jets are.
Yeah. So I think it's an A. It's probably one of the better ones.
And another thing, Saleh's got his quarterback. He never had a quarterback in New York. He has Cam Ward. Cam Ward's going to be a player for a while. Next one up is, oh, here we go. The AFC North. Mike McCarthy. Woohoo! Mike McCarthy is a Pittsburgh Steeler. B. This is a B hire for me. This is the most average hire you could have made. It does not inspire Steelers fans because it basically states, we don't want to tank. We don't want to be bad. We're okay with being 9-8. We're okay with being 9-8, 10-7. McCarthy will get 9 to 10 wins. The issue is you're probably bringing back 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. So
that's one thing that makes someone happy. There is Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, it makes him happy.
Well, the thing is now, what sucks now is Tomlin is probably going to go TV for a year like Sean Payton, then probably come back after that. There's going to be a random firing that no one expects.
You know who I think? I think two places could possibly get Tomlin. Two places. I'm watching out for two places, but Tampa and the Jets. I think Woody Johnson gives him.
He wouldn't go to He would not go to the. He'd be dumb to go to the Jets.
He probably, but we'll see.
And they have to. It's like the Saints and Broncos. You'd have to give up a draft pick to get him.
That's right. Yeah.
Probably like a 4th or 5th round pick.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the McCarthy hire? B. I thought it's B. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's like a Mike Tomlin Jr. pretty much.
You're on the carousel.
Like a Timu Mike Tomlin.
Again, he's offensive Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, just Timu.
And they hired him because he's a Pittsburgh guy. I'm like, I understand that you don't want to be bad. I get that. But one bad season isn't the worst thing ever. But and like they could have been bad and could have been bad this upcoming year. Could have gotten like, I don't know, Arch Manning, been in the running for Arch Manning or one of these quarterbacks that are going to be up next year. But it's like if the Steelers want to keep going 9-8, 10-7, then you do you. You do you, Rooney. You do you, Rooney.
Yep.
All right, what's next? What is next? Next up, Joe Brady. Joe Brady with the Buffalo Bills. This was a weird one. This is a weird one for me because I actually like it. I like it for Buffalo. I actually do. Because they get a young offensive-minded head coach. And they keep the players happy. But I hate the way they did this. I mean, I hate the way that they did it. Pagula is a clown among clowns. He's a clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown hire, and he's a clown hire, and it's the most like the way they fired McDermott. Jesus, I hate
Oh yeah, that was bad. I
that.
think Brady
But
will
I
be
also
good,
like
but
what it does for Buffalo. Like a young offensive minded coach. That's fine. You're going into a new stadium, bring in a new. What if a fresh face is what Buffalo needs? I don't know. And I also don't like getting promoted because he's been awful drafting.
yeah, he's been awful.
Been awful drafting for Josh Allen. But again, it's like the weirdest hire because it's a B. Like there's some things I like, but also some things I hate. But it's not because of Joe Brady. It's because of how the Bills are run. I mean, where are you on this weird hire?
Yeah, probably the same. It's just that was kind of just out of left field was the firing, which is kind of weird. I mean, McDermott can't really put any blame on him for that loss. I mean, dropped in the end zone, potential to go ahead.
The only thing I will say is McDermott's baby was the defense, and that's been the reason Buffalo
that's true.
not been able to get to
Over the
big
hump.
dance. That's the only thing I kind of get. But also the players hated it. But it's the Pagulas. Like they run the Buffalo Sabres to the fucking ground. And when
the Sabres are back though, they're playing good lately.
Well, yeah, because the Pagulas are fully focused on the Bills now.
Yeah. So what's the next one?
We got three more, and we can get out of here. Next one, Todd Monk.
That one was surprising. Yeah, Todd Monken going to the Browns. It's about as surprising as it gets.
Todd Monken to Cleveland. There you go. I accidentally swiped it. Todd Monken to Cleveland, and no one wanted this hire. No one.
That's about as surprising as it gets. Everybody wanted Schwartz, and then what's he doing?
I'm done with this. No, he resigned. He's like, I'm done with this con show.
He's done with football.
At least for now.
Yeah, he'll probably get picked up somewhere, but that's crazy.
Again, it's the most it's the hire that I'm like, huh? There's 3 jobs this cycle that no one wanted. Miami, Cleveland, and one other that we're about to get to. Again.
Yeah, Cleveland and Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
Who'd they get? LaFleur?
Yeah, they got LaFleur.
I wouldn't have minded. I don't mind that. It's just kind of just like
you're in death. You're in the gauntlet of death. You coach against Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike McDonald. That's 6.
If you can rise above it, man.
That's 6 of your games.
They're pretty much in every Super Bowl now.
Yeah, basically, there's 3 great teams, and then there's the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean I don't mind it. It's just kind of just desperation at this point. You're trying to hit for
Cleveland and Arizona. We're the last 2 to get hired, and you could tell.
And Las Vegas, but they kind of had their guy for a couple weeks.
But Las Vegas, like they had pretty much a sign done deal with him for a while. It's just like they gave him time to. They gave Kubiak time to finish this run, and honestly, it makes the Raiders hire look even better because. Guess what? Kubiak can learn how to keep Mendoza upright, build the offensive line. Because obviously they're going to take Mendoza 1. Like, it's the biggest non-secret ever. They're going to take Fernando Mendoza number 1 because they won the Tank Bowl. They just need to build offensive line around him. If they do
I still think it doesn't matter who the Raiders hire. They're cursed franchise. They can't win.
I like this hire.
I mean, I don't mind it because he has the coaching background because his dad and everything, but it's just
they're going to run Genty. I think it works. I think it works for Vegas. You're in Vegas. You need flash. You have money.
I just think Vegas is like it's kind of like the SoFi where it's like it gets taken over every game by away fans. It's kind of just like, I don't know. I just don't like. I just don't like what the Raiders are just cursed because they just had the Chiefs. I mean, they're like the NFC West.
Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers.
Yeah,
You
you're in pretty much
Andy
the
Reid, Sean Payton, and you get to go
Harbaugh.
against Mahomes, Herbert, and Bo Nix every year.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I see the vision with Vegas, unlike I do with Arizona and
I mean,
Cleveland.
at least they have a vision, but I mean, a vision can't work if you're just a cursed team. I just think the Raiders are like in the Jets territory. They're just a cursed team right now.
Fair.
Them Cardinals and Jets, they're just all just cursed of trash.
Hey, I don't. Hey,
I mean, they can get out of it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked because Mendoza will have that winning mentality because he just went undefeated. So I mean, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked me if they panic and fire him after like 2 or 3 years because it hasn't done anything.
Yeah. Okay, so to conclude this hiring segment, who are your 2 or 3 favorite hires of the cycle?
Probably Harbaugh, then Stefanski, and I don't know, probably Joe Brady, I guess. Maybe Kubiak, probably. I don't know. I like Kubiak higher, but it's just Raiders, man. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I go with Mentor 1.
Oh, I forgot about Mentor.
I go Mentor, Robert Saleh 2, and then Harbaugh 3. I'm a defensive-minded guy, and it can work.
Yeah, it just showed to work because Mike McDonald just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Again, my favorite hire of them all was Mentor. I've already said it. I think it's just it's the second best thing Ravens could have gotten if you didn't, because they didn't decide to just promote Mike.
Yeah.
All right. Any other final thoughts you want to talk about in the NFL news? I mean,
nothing really. We'll get to the mock drafts here in a couple months or so.
I think the one thing we could discuss, but I kind of want to wait till this one gets a little more story on it, is the whole James Pierce situation.
Oh yeah, we can wait on that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of legal stuff going on with that.
Just average Terry Fontenot disaster class.
Yep, and there's a reason they fired him. And plus, that pick they used to give
now belongs to the Rams.
Yeah, and it's number 8. So they're probably going to get, I don't know, Caleb Downs, Mansour Delang, and the top cornerback in the draft, because that was the biggest need of the Rams.
Yep. Other than that, we'll plan to be back.
Making the Rams better.
Yep.
But yeah, any final thoughts on just the end of the NFL season or anything like that?
I mean, it was a good NFL season. Really,
I had fun.
Dominant. It wasn't like the same old every year, or it's been the past couple of years.
Yeah, we had no Chiefs in the playoffs that made it really interesting.
Yeah.
I wish Denver stayed healthy. I would have loved to see Denver versus Seattle, that defensive war. Would have loved to see that, or the Texans, Seahawks. Would have loved to see that. I got one final thing. I got one final thing for myself. Listen to this. So, in season 1, we did our first season. I correctly predicted Eagles over Chiefs in Super Bowl 59, with the Eagles winning it. This year, I'm back to 50-50 because holy Christ.
Oh yeah, ours was a disaster. It led to a coach getting fired, and then
holy Christ,
I forget what I said. I think I said Niners. I mean, Niners made a run, but
I said Eagles Ravens. I did predict the Bird team would win, just not the right Bird team.
Yeah.
I said Ravens would win the whole thing. They didn't even make the playoffs. But guess what? I'm going to be high on the Ravens every year. So, as long as we do this podcast, just know I'm going to be high on the Ravens.
Well, we did forget. I guess we can talk about it in the free agency episode, but there was a Cowboy news.
Which Cowboy news? The Pickens tag?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. I have a hot take on how the Cowboys should handle this. If you'd like to hear that.
Yeah, we can hear it.
All right. So my hot take is Pickens. So here's the news, and then we'll get into the hot take. Pickens got franchise tagged by the Cowboys. Basically, all that means is they're going to pay him like 20, 30, they're going to pay $30, $40 million to delay the inevitable signing of their contract. Because eventually they'll probably sign him. Unless he just has an awful, awful season, they'll sign him. They'll sign him to a long deal. Not CeeDee Lamb money, but big money.
I think he might drop in production after that.
My take on it, though, is I think the Cowboys should let him go after this tag.
Yeah, I think he might have had his best season. I don't know if he can replicate it.
My take on it is that Dallas right now has one draft pick in the 2027 draft, which is the worst of the Cowboys or the Packers pick. Most likely that's going to be the Packers pick because their highest pick next year goes to the Jets because of the Quinn Williams trade. They traded their first in 27 and their second in 26. My take on it is just take a receiver in the 27 draft. I mean, the 27 wide receiver draft class in college is going to be the most loaded it's been in a while. Because, guess who's going to be in the 27 draft class? Oh, yeah, there's some guy named Nick Marsh, Ryan Williams, Ryan Wingo, Cam Coleman. Just go down the list of wide receivers that are going to be available next year in the 2027 NFL draft.
Yeah.
So what I say is save the money. Oh, yeah, and I forgot some guy named Jeremiah Smith. He might be pretty good as well. But my take on it is, like, even at worst, you could get TJ Moore or Brian Westcott. Like, there's a lot of really, really good wide receivers coming out next year. So my take on it is let him play on the tag and then let him go. Let him walk. I'd let him walk. And use your first-round pick next year on him. Or if not, you want to go defense next year, then fine. Then go get like some guy that falls to the second round. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Either way, it needed to happen anyways, but I mean,
yeah,
his production, he will definitely not be able to replicate
it. It was a great decision by Jerry to go get him.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. But that's my take on the Pickett signing. All right. So next week we're gonna get back to the normal schedule. Wednesday and Friday is our goal. We're gonna do an NFL episode, and then we're gonna do a college episode. Our college episode will probably be about the portal.
Yeah.
Just get ready. And then the NFL we'll talk about maybe a free agency, maybe a mock draft. We'll get there eventually.
All right.
Any final thoughts on anything we talked about today?
I got nothing.
I got nothing either. So that will do it for this episode of the Fourth Mile podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon. Peace.